everybody, it's Jason and Kristy, and we are so thankful to be here at Grace. We've been here now for 11 years and just feel so blessed and grateful that God has had us here for this period with our family, and we just love what God's doing here and are so privileged to be a part of His good work together with all of you. We just are thankful to share a little bit of our experience and encouragement related to giving for us as a couple and a family.
I was trying to think of what I wanted to talk about when it comes to stewardship, and it made me think of, I teach 3-year-olds, and I love it because on Mondays we have chapel and they have an opportunity to bring a canned good, and so for Boca Helping Hands it goes towards that. And every Monday when they're getting out of the car, they jump out of the car with this excitement and just this joy on their face. And the first thing they say is, "Miss Kristy, I have a canned good." And so we get in car line and then we go inside, and the first thing they do is throw their backpacks, unzip their bags, and they run over to us where the basket is and give it to me or Miss Melanie or Miss Danny. And I was thinking about that, how when we go to give our time and our treasures and our talents, how do we approach it? Do we approach it with an enthusiasm and joy like my little 3-year-olds, or are we more like reluctant or tired or not wanting to do it as joyous? So it made me think about when I go to give in any way, whether it is my treasures or my talents or my time even, that I do it with a joyful heart, because it's so important, because we have been so blessed through what Jesus has done for us. He's given His life for us. So how can we not give with that kind of spirit and that kind of joy?
Amen. That's the blessing of blessings. Not the earthly blessings, those are blessings for sure, but the ultimate blessing and the root of all blessings is the salvation we have by His grace through Jesus. So that's awesome. I love hearing about the kids' enthusiasm. It actually takes me back to my own childhood. Kind of a defining moment in my journey with giving was when I was a child, not as young as Kristy's kids in the preschool, but probably 10, 11 years old. I've told you this, I think. When I came out one Sunday morning and we were in the routine of getting ready for going to church, and on the kitchen counter I saw my parents' check that they had written and prepared and had sitting there to pick up and take to church to give for the offering that morning. And I was that was the first time I had seen, their check, and so the first time I knew what they gave to the church, and was shocked at the amount that they were giving. And just my first thought was, wow, what could we do with that money? This was money, 40 years ago, but still, in my little kid's brain, that was a lot of money. So it was just a teachable moment. My parents sat me down and talked with me, and probably us, my brothers and me, about giving and how they believed in the tithe, the 10% of income going for God's work in His church. And so that stayed with me from that point on. And when I, got a job as a teenager, and then, on into my early 20s, I just remembered that and began at that point committing to giving that first 10% of what God had entrusted to me through my earnings to His work in the church. And so then when Kristy and I got married, when we were 25, 26 years old, we committed to that same thing, to, even though we weren't, making a lot of money at that age, we committed to that 10%. And for the past 27 years, God's made that happen. I'm not going to say we made that happen. God made that happen through us, and we have been blessed to have been able to do that. And honestly, He's taken us even deeper. He's got us at the point now where it's 15%. And I say that I hope you know me and us well enough to know that's not the point to us, that's the point to God and what He's done, not what we've done. And I share that just as encouragement, not to shame anybody or guilt anybody whatsoever. It's not my heart, it's not our heart, but just encouragement, inspiration that it can be done. 10% can happen. It's happened. God's made it happen for 27 years for us, and we trust He'll continue to do that on through the rest of our marriage and family. We have been tried to be intentional about teaching our children about giving and sacrificial giving and consistent giving, regular giving, and as Kristy said, joyful giving. And so we are excited about where God has us at Grace right now, so excited about what He's yet to do in the coming year. So this month is our encouragement for our family for the church family to just really come on board with what the Lord has in store for us with all areas. God intends for us to be turned inside out. Like He blesses us with the ultimate blessing and every other blessing, and He intends for that not to stop with us, but for us to be a conduit through which that blessing goes out and spread to the community and the world around us. So we're excited about that, and so thankful that you're a part of it. And we just love you so much, and God bless you as we all are blessed to be a blessing. Thank you. Thank you, friends.
Thank you.
We love you. God bless.
Love you.